far, these are the issues that I've been able to create. So I would be quick as possible to go through some of them within the time set for me. Okay, so I will start from the e-store. Okay, so this is going to be an online church store for members and visitors to access or order and download online from a collection of Christian catalog of books, audio recordings, souvenirs, and etc. Under this e-store called e-store. Okay, so this is the issue, and then the user story. I said, as a user of the church website, I want to be able to search through Christian-related catalogs so that I can make purchases online. Then the additional information, users of the online store must be able to browse through not less than 10 items and make payments online. But then I wrote the acceptance criteria. Given a visitor is on the e-store page, when the user browses through the items listed, then the user should be able to view the price tag, read the description, view the image of the item, add to cart, remove from cart, and then the last one is checkout. Okay, so the checkout goes through some phases of steps. So the checkout process starts when the customer checks the checkout button in the shopping cart. The shipping address field will appear for the user to fill in. The billing address field appears. After that, the billing address field is also there for the user to fill. Then the user continues to select a shipping method from a predefined shipping methods. That would be like a drop down for him or her to select from. Then the user continues to choose how to pay for the items. So that would be whether I be using a Visa or MasterCard to do the payment. So these are the following are the requirements that must be fulfilled to be able to make payment. So we need a radio button for the selection of the type of card that will be used, and then we need a card number field. So this will also take a card number for the user. Then we also need the name of the card holder. That's mandatory. We also need the expiring date field. That's also mandatory. And then the security code field. So that will also be mandatory. Then from there, we click continue to move to the next step for the preview of the order details. And then the shipping and the payments method that was selected. Then the user must then confirm the transaction by clicking a place this order button. The order is, when the user clicks the place this order button, the order is confirmed. confirmation page will be displayed. Then a confirmation page will be displayed to the user, and an email will also be sent by the system to the customer. So this is a simple story I wrote for the e-store. So I'm ready for input and also ideas to perfect it.
All right, guys. Questions and observations for Ernest. So Ernest, let's start from here, and I'll let the other guys, come in maybe later. So go back to the epic level. I realized that all the stories that you've written, they are all tax and not user stories. So we need to correct that. Now, so you have to go back on the browser.
I should go back.
Yeah, so I'm going back. Yeah, so I'm going to need you to go back. So I realized that all your stories, the stories that you've written, they were all in like tax, and that is not correct. We need to, when you're creating user story, make sure that you select
I think I
yeah. So go back.
Okay, I realized that, but I wanted to change it. Okay.
Yeah. So I realized I just want to point out to you so that next time when you're creating stories, you make sure that you have the right issue type that is a user story, not tax. I think
I realized it when I was doing it. So if you realize the last one I created was a story. Right?
Well, yeah. I realized that there's the only one at the bottom was a story. The rest were all tax, and
that's true.
Okay, so if you already observed that too, then that's fine. Yeah, immediately I saw this one over here on the screen, and I know that you created all tax here. Yeah, so the give is only one that user story, and the rest are all tax. Guys, you guys have to take notes. This is very important as well. Okay, you go back to the story, and then let's take a deep dive at the story that you've written.
I said, so after creation, you can't do any changes.
See, after creating it, you should be able to do it, but I don't think you have the capability to maybe do that.
Okay, because I was looking for a way to change it, but I didn't find my way. All right, guys, I'm waiting for your input. I need to take notes, and then I will do improvement to my stories there.
All right. So when you say Christian related catalogs, what does that mean?
I mean, what the stuff that I will be selling should be related to Christian items. So the catalogs will all be Christian materials. So,
yeah, but when you say e-store, this story is especially from the e-store, right? And scroll up. Let me scroll up a little bit for me. Let me see the title of the story. Yeah, e-store. Okay, all right. So you're saying that this is an e-store, and you're saying that I want to be able to search through Christian related catalogs. So I guess at the e-store, what other materials are we going to be able to find over there? If you just say Christian catalogs, and by catalogs, I'm trying to I'm trying very hard for to limit the scope of the e-store. When you say Christian catalogs, Yeah, we need to change that. We need to change that to something that will address all the items that we have for sale on our e-store session.
Okay. So if
guys, I will need you to help NS out here with what the proper the description here for the e-store materials that are up for sale.
So should I change the catalogs to items or something?
I don't know. I think it's because of the search that you used. The word search that you've put there is what I think is causing your issue right now with the.
Preferably, can even use souvenirs.
So
yeah, souvenirs. Yeah, it's
think
also
about it in a categorized kind of manner. So this is a little too general for the items. Unless you want to make this user story about the searching. So in that case, you're writing the story for the purpose of searching things. In which case, we're not even going to worry about the purchases, right? Then maybe
the story. When you go on an e-store, you need to go to items. You need to search to items. Like when you go on eBay or an Amazon website, you have to be able to search to items. So let's say when you click on, as you mentioned,
I understand, but what I mean is, you see that you've written to be able to search through Christian-related catalogs.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, if let's say you wrote, this is a user story under an epic, you can have multiple user stories, right? So this is one user story, and you're saying search through Christian-related catalogs. So I'm only saying, okay, if you're even going to keep it like this, then what you've written beneath all of this should be related to the ability to search, which is how the search function on the page is probably going to work when you're trying to search for something. But if you're only talking about browsing the content of the page itself so that you can buy something, add it to cart and do all of that.
Okay, so you want me to change the word search to browse. So we have to browse through.
No, so this is what's happening here. We have an epic called e-store, and at the e-store we have some other things that are out there that I want you to be able to have stories, crafted for these items in the e-store. So we have books, we have other church, souvenirs, we have medias, conference videos, etc., by the requirement that was given. So if you have a story here that is under the Epic e-store, then I want you to be very specific that whether it is e-store books or e-store video, whatever materials, whatever, as the requirement, stipulated, right? I want you to be not to describe the Epic over here. When you say, the story here is also e-store, just like as you have it at the Epic level, that now, this is double over here, right? So you have an epic called e-store, and now you have a story by itself called e-store again, right? And what you're addressing here is like you describing the epic level, you're giving a description for the epic level again, right? We know that when you come to the e-store, we're going to have a lot of items for sale. And according to the requirement, I don't remember though, but I remember some few things that I think I will mention over here. Like books, like the pastor's books, like the videos. If I remember correctly, and I know you guys may have the exact maybe wording, well, whatever that I mentioned over here. So I want you to write stories that will take care of how we will put those items up for sale over here, and how members can access it, or visitors can access it. So that's what I want to see over here as stories.
Okay. Yeah. So Nana, you said we should create about 10 items.
Okay.
That's what you mentioned.
The books, CDs, and like Bibles and audiobooks and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So then each of stories over here must have that flavors, or the product categories that I mentioned. So each store, if it's audio CDs, each store books, each store, whatever that might be, whatever I mentioned. So, and whatever that, I told you guys to be creative and add those items. So if you want to say maybe Christian related by catalog, I know you're trying to
I'm trying to composite everything to
yeah,
combine everything.
yeah, yeah.
Because I didn't have the idea that I have to separate them one, like books, souvenirs, if it's
Yeah.
wristband, all those things separately. I didn't have the idea like that. So my intuition was like, it's a
Can I make a
platform.
suggestion?
Yes, please, come go ahead.
Okay, so in my thought process, I was thinking more, usually when you end up on such a page, you have like categories, right? And mostly you would look at categories and then pick a category of items you want to buy. Then those things in that category will be displayed. So perhaps you
So
might
the category is the catalog.
So in your case, I'm thinking.
So my idea of the category is the catalogs.
Yes. So a user story is supposed to like show how the user is going to be interacting with that particular function or that feature, right? So if it's the catalog you mean, for instance, I understand what you mean by the catalog, but
okay,
how are they interacting with the catalog? So is it like in categories, in which case it's going to display the things on the right, or you are talking about the process of the actual purchase? Because your description down there shows the purchase. That is why Nana is saying if it's about the purchase, then you have to change this search through Christian related things here and then make it particular about that process of purchasing something.
Yes. So if you read the last part of the story, it says so that I can make purchases. So
maybe we can do as a user of the church website. I want to be able to select an item so that I can make purchase. Or I want to be able to see the items for sale so that I can add them to cart or something like that. You get it? So that it is particular about how that particular process of buying something is done. That will be one user story. You might be able to create another user story that shows perhaps the category breakdown of how the user is going to maybe display the various categories, or how the page will display the categories and how the user is going to use them. You might have something like you just wrote here, search through Christian related catalogs, in which case your description down there should match the idea of searching for things on the web page, like in the e-store.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to put across.
Okay, so from what you are saying, I have to have a story for how to display the item, and then how to make purchases, then how to also
maybe run a search.
Select an item.
No, not necessarily selecting an item. Selecting the item will be in the process.
Okay, but the first one you mentioned.
Yes, I was mentioning that maybe you can change this. Scroll down a bit. Let me see something. Okay, so you said, given that as a visitor, given that I'm a visitor on the e-store page, when the user browses through the items listed, then the user should be able to. So your description up there is saying something about searching for items, but your acceptance criteria here is select the item, view the price, read the description, view the image of the item, add to cart, remove from cart, and then check out, right? So this looks more like the process of purchasing an item rather than searching through a catalog.
Okay.
I don't see any search type of activity here. So that's what Nana was saying. Like what you've written up there seems a little generalized and a bit vague.
Okay.
We need to be specific with it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm interested. You mentioned something, and I think you created a story before giving a description. I wanted to hear that again.
Say again. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sorry for the noise. I'm saying that you made mention, or you created a story
Yeah.
that I was interested in, but I couldn't get it well. A story in line with what I've written as the acceptance criteria.
Okay, go up. I think I said, as a user of the church website, I want to be able to select items so that I can make purchases online. Or you can say, I want to be able to add items to cart so that I can make purchases. Or I want to be able to view.
Yeah. So Ernest,
items
you know, the goal of your story here sounds more to be like a search, user story, right? So the user's ability to be able to filter, search, perform some type of activity that is a fuzzy search or something like that through the e-store section of the portal. So if that is what the goal is, then change the title of the story so that it will match with the goal, because you say you want the ability, you want to be able to search, right? So we want to be able to build something or have a functionality in there that the user will be armed, right? That the site visitor will be armed enough so that they'll be able to search. Maybe I'm looking for a book, I'm looking for a media, I'm looking for a tape, I'm looking for a souvenir, I'm looking for some church material, t-shirt, etc. So if that is a goal, that's the impression I'm getting over here, for the user to be able to do that, perform that type of search, then change the title, just e-store, or you can add something to it so that it will take care of what the goal of the story here.
All right, that's fine. Okay, well noted. Okay, change the title. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'll think of a new title instead of the e-store, and then I'll do the change. I'll apply it.
So we're just giving you one right now. We just said that search. So if it's going to be e-store, search, it's fine because it addresses the goal. You have a goal in there. I want to be able to search, right?
In that case, you also have to modify your acceptance criteria. To go along with the idea of searching. Else, Nana, maybe he can change the e-store search rather to, I think that would be easier to get two things at the top the whole acceptance.
At this point in time, Ernest is saying that, but I've written this story. At this point in time, I'm thinking, Ernest say, but I think I wrote this story. and these guys are ripping me apart.
I was ready for. No. Me, I'm not thinking like that because I was ready for, like, I know, say, like, it's not perfect. Definitely, that's why I said I was ready for ideas.
Oh no. I know you're ready. There's no doubt you. I know you're ready, but I'm just saying that at this time you said, I didn't think my story is going to be ripped apart like that.
I know the creme. It's a mature partner. After the moody host neighbors are say, okay, that's right.
Let me suggest this rather. You can change the e-store search rather at the top. The title, yes. You can change the title to maybe e-store purchases, right? And then change the user story from the ability to search, so that we'll create a new story rather for the search, because your acceptance criteria down there watch a lot of things, and I think they are more in line with
acceptance criteria is when the user browse through the items listed.
So they're able to purchase by selecting the item, adding it to cart, and then making the payment for it.
I think the challenge here is the it's the search and then the browse. For me, I think I'm using the two interchangeably here. The user should be able to browse through Christian-related, let's say, items, so that it can make purchases. That's I think it's interchangeable here. So that's the idea, because when you visit a web store, you try to go through the items there, and then you do a selection, the ones that you want to buy. So that's the general idea I used to create the story. I hope you understand.
Yeah, I understand. But isn't that a little too encompassing? You know that.
Okay.
So for me, I don't have a problem with the story. The only thing is that you use the word catalog, right? And by the meaning of catalog, as you know, I understand it. And you can go ahead and pull up a browser and say define catalog. So go ahead and do that for me, so that we won't get what's happening here. So pull up open up a new browser and say define catalog, and then let's make sure that we are all aligned to the goal of this. You can open up a new browser, whatever, and then I just want you to type in define catalog. Okay, so it looks like the other page is open. So let's go there and see what you get in there.
Okay. Yeah, so a complete list of items, typically one in alphabetical or other systematic order.
Good.
Yeah,
so it's a sketch.
And then verb.
Good. Yep. So the way I look at it is like, arming the user capacity, arming the user for the user to be able to search or filter through something and then look for what they're looking for on a very complex, very big e-commerce, platform, right? When we'll be working on our, the fourth project very soon. That's the e-commerce store, and we'll be dealing with, catalogs. We'll be dealing with, different product, categories, whether electronics, toys, books, whatever, movies. We'll be doing all of these things. But when you say this, immediately you use this word catalog. That is what comes to mind. It's a list of items, typically in alphabetical order. So when the user come over there, I'm searching for something. When you list the items, definitely that means you're trying to point the person, or you're trying to, help the person with how they can navigate around, look for what search for what they're looking for. And the goal of the story is on point. You say, I want to be able to search, right? And so, of all the listenings that you have, all the alphabetical, listening of items that you have for sale, at the e-store, that is what you are addressing here, the user's ability to search, right? But if you were in your mind, you were thinking about something else, then that's fine. You can, make some corrections in there if that is a goal. That was what you were thinking about, and not necessarily a search. But immediately you say catalog, that is what you are addressing here.
Okay. So now I'll change the catalog. I'll change the catalogs and then put items. I think I'll put items, yeah, so that it doesn't look like it's a category of, like, as you mentioned, books and all those to help the user navigate around the website. So I'll change the catalog to, let's say, items. So aside the story and then the acceptance criteria, is there no other issue that we can ask about? Like maybe I left something out or I shouldn't have brought something.
Okay, I think in the acceptance criteria, the payment processing, did you only address
Yes, please.
the card? How about
your question again? You said, did I only address the card?
yeah, it seems like you only
Yeah, so
address the card, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, so you are choosing between using a credit card. So this description will fit the credit card process.
Okay, I understand, but the requirements, they're supposed to be PayPal, not just Visa or MasterCard. It says PayPal, Zelle, Venmo. Since Nana is online, I don't know I don't remember that being a friend is saying.
I think that was with
the
giving feature. I think those payment gateways were mentioned under the giving feature. I don't know whether it cuts across all the other, like the e-store. During the solicitation, we were more emphatic on those gateways.
The payment gateways under the give feature, yes. But I mean, since it's an e-store, then the most convenient gateway will probably be considered, like PayPal. Visa and MasterCard, for instance, have to go through. There isn't a Visa gateway or a MasterCard.
You have 30 seconds.
And then seconds.
And then you have 30 seconds for somebody also to start. I know you have a lot of work to do. You can go back to some of the videos and begin to make some corrections. We will have some other session again, midweek again. But today I just want to be able to maybe see the progress work made by everybody. So you have 30 seconds here. And then get ready.
All right, then I will consider the PayPal.
But I think PayPal encompasses Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal itself. So I think that'll help.
Yes, I think PayPal also uses a credit card. I think so. So
yeah,
that's why I was a bit, I don't know, confused. The word confused. Okay, so my 30 seconds is up, I guess.
Yep. So
what? Show the event. Yeah, boy, you can go ahead. Let me stop sharing and then.
Yeah, go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay, so good morning, Nana. Trust you're good.
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yes, I think I'm okay.
Okay. Okay, so am I live, please?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just go straight. First of all, let me apologize, Nana. I was just trying to play around with the Jira. So with the epics, I used the offering as one of the epics instead of giving. Later, I wanted to change it, but I couldn't. So it's supposed to be give, but not offering. I mean, as the epic. Nana, please, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, sir. I can hear. Go ahead.
Okay, so with the user story, okay, so I'm using the offering. Can I go back to for you to see what I'm on the church project, so
Okay, that's fine.
okay, so that is the I'll talk about the offering. So that is that's one of the stories. So let me click on that.
And guys, you know, at this point in time with the church project, I expect that you guys will have not less than 30 user stories, right? And so whenever you come over here to the backlog, I'm able to see what you guys have done, and I expect again not less than 30 to 40 user stories.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'll talk about the offering. So the offering, I came up with a user story, and with the user story, I said, as a member of the church, I want the ability to give so that the work of God can expand. That is my user story. And then the additional information. I said, supporting the work of God is a must for every Christian. As a church, we believe one of the surest way to expand the kingdom of God is through offering. So that is my additional information. And then the acceptance criteria. It says, given that I have access to ABC Church website, when I click on the give portal, I'll see the various arms of giving. So I listed them. We have the offering, the tithe, the special project. With the special project, we have the African Water Project, Latin America Project, Inner City Project. Given that I select the offering, I will select the amount to pay. I'll enter my payment details, and the payment details has been spelled out here. My first name, that is mandatory. Last name, amount to pay. And then the payment gateways, as per the elicitation. We have the PayPal, the Venmo, the ACH, that is the bank transfer. And then we have the email address. I mean, then I talked about the PayPal. So the items that needs to, with the PayPal, okay, I talked about we're supposed to get your first name, your last name, the amount to pay, your card number, and then your card expiration date. Zelle, I listed some couple of items that needs to be attended to. The same as Venmo, that as you can see, boss. And then we have the bank transfer to the bank name, the account name, that is mandatory. The account type, this is a Dropbox. So where when you click on the dialog box, this Dropbox will appear where you have to select whether it's from savings or current account where you're supposed to make that transfer or that payment from, and then the account number, and then amount to transfer or pay, and then the branch of the church. You also there will be either by subsidy because visitors too can pay. It's not only limited to only the members. That is why I came up with that optionality. So the details of the branches, I will not be able to mention everything, but as you can see, I have listed a couple of them here. The branches with their addresses. So I will just so that is it. So it said I should be able to click on the submit button to effect payment, and then after that, an alert is sent to the sender's email to acknowledge receipt. So that is the offering feature. I think I'm done. Thank you. Any questions, corrections? Please, I'm done. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Could you hear?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too.
I'm blessed. Yeah.
Great. From yesterday's discussion, I think Nana mentioned that the giving part shouldn't be just for members. So perhaps you want to correct that. That's the first thing I noticed. So
Okay. Hold on.
you said as
okay.
the user story says as a member
Okay.
of the church.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Don't worry. I'll correct it. So, as a member of the church. Okay. So it shouldn't be limited to only the members. I'm noted, sir.
And it should be for like anybody at all, maybe as a visitor of the website or as a something like that.
Okay.
Or
Noted,
however
boss.
you want to phrase it.
Noted. I'll change it.
And then I think additional information. Okay, so additional information, I think it should be something related to the particular activity that this user story is supposed to be performing, not necessarily about the church or the work of God per se. So if maybe there's something you are like the user story that you have written as a member, I want to be able to give so that I can support the expansion of God's word or something. And then additional information for this particular user story is maybe you need this particular gateway this way. The documentation for that is linked here. You need this, you need that, for this particular function. That should be additional information.
Okay. Noted, Kojo.
Something technical, if I should. Can you scroll down a bit, please?
Okay. Can I go?
Pause. No, go up a bit, please. Okay, pause. Offering tithe, special projects, Africa Water Project, Latin America Project, Inner City Project. What's the special projects thing?
The special projecting, that is
stars to the 3 under them.
Okay, so I think that is what the African project, the Latin American project, and the Inner City falls under. So when we click on that feature, we're supposed to see these 3 projects. These 3. So yes.
So where are you going to click the give port? Is okay, you said give portal. Okay, it's a website, so I don't know if the word portal will fit there entirely, but when I click on the give, perhaps it's the menu you mean.
Okay, let me.
I'll see the various arms of government. Various arms of giving. The various arms of giving. Oh, okay. So you mean the special projects? It has these 3 under them, right? Africa Water Project, Latin America, and Inner City.
Yes.
Okay, then I think you should also express how that is going to be displayed exactly.
Okay.
on the menu. So is it that you have to click the special projects? Because you've already given the clicking of the menu. So when you click the give menu, this is what you will see.
Okay, so that means the special project is supposed to be out.
No, not that. The special projects can be there, but what happens before the special project expands into Africa Water Project, Latin America Project, Inner City? Do you have to click it, or you can just hover over it, or how?
No, you have to click it.
Then you have to state it.
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
Because your first click is going to show the top 3 that you have listed.
Okay. Noted. Could you?
Okay. Please scroll down a bit. I think your PayPal is the only other thing I noticed. You need to. Nana, could you correct me here? Maybe does PayPal take your name and your first name and last name?
Okay, so for signing, usually for PayPal, for signing is going to be email. That's what you use for signing in. Once you're able to sign in, PayPal, I mean, if you have an account, that's why you're going with PayPal. You should have an account first before you said you're going to pay PayPal. And you use your email. So once you use your email and once you're able to sign in, your account should be pre-populated for you. So your name and all those the other type of details will be grabbed from your account file. The details on your file, it will grab that for you.
It auto populate. But what I mean is when you click, let's say pay, and you select PayPal, when the form pops up, is it going to only ask for your email and perhaps the password?
Yeah, it will ask for your email and password. That's it.
Okay.
The page itself will be redirected to PayPal first.
PayPal, exactly.
Yeah. It will take you to PayPal and then bring you back.
Because I know they have an inline function that will just pop up maybe in an iframe or something on your website.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, I think you need to remove the first name, last name there. Are you saying PayPal card payments?
Yes, that is what I want to.
Okay, then I think the PayPal you've written up there you should qualify it.
That's fine.
Okay, you have some 5 minutes left.
Guys, I'm waiting for questions.
Guys, your observations on the story. There are so many things in there that you guys can talk about with this. And I want you guys to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just a few observations.
I don't your line. I don't know whether it's my line or I can't hear you well. Smack. I don't know whether it's from my end or from you.
When I put up my work for scrutiny the last time, a number of things was said by our senior when I put my up for scrutiny the last time, a number of things were said. I think Kojo has tried to say quite a bit of it, but under the additional information, made a comment that you want to expand on the title, how often you accept tithes, and then if you have a writer and what you did in the BRD document.
Hello, Bismarck. Can you hear me?
I'm sure we lost him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bismarck. I was trying to.
I'm back. Sorry about
Okay, that's fine.
This Mark, whether work as one.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
There's so many interruptions. The line is
Can I
not
get me?
clear.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, maybe it's a question. User story, and Nana, maybe you can assist there so that the work of God can expand. Is it the objective of the feature or the objective of the user? I hope you understand where I'm coming from.
No, I don't. Honest.
So you said as a member of the church, I want the ability to give so that the work of God can expand. And I'm saying that, so this objective of the story is that you want to expand the church or the work of God.
Yeah, through offering. Yeah.
Okay. So how are you going to do that with the story? I was thinking maybe it should be in line with maybe so that I can make payment online or something.
Okay.
Because the story should be in connection to the website. Not
the overall objective of why that the offering is being given.
exactly.
I understand. Noted. I get you. Noted. I'll work on that. Thank you, Ernest.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Today my internet is not too good. But I hope. Let me try and make it as quick as I can. You see, under the I was saying under additional information, if you have any right up in the BRD, you can put it right happens under the time.
Bismarck, if I can hear you correctly, sir. Hello, Bismarck.
Or any of such on that additional information, and then also when you look at if it is supposed to be if it is supposed to go around, have to be making it.
Okay, yeah, your time is up.
Am I on?
Bismarck, your line is terrible today.
I'm even surprised as to what is happening today. I don't know if there is something going on in the area. Maybe they are doing some maintenance around here. I'm just switching between Surfline, MTN, Vodafone, and none of them seems to be working. I don't know what's going on.
Is your microwave on?
No, microwave is off. It was on before we started, but it's been off for a while. Anyway, but I saw.
Magic now. Fearful episode.
Yeah, I saw that. Go down, Kakra. Go down a bit. I saw that when you gave the data types, you did not also limit as to the number of characters that the user would have to enter. So would it have to be unlimited number of characters? Okay. What is the minimum? So let's say first name. You've given the data type text. Is it supposed to be 100 characters for first name, or even 1,000? I think you need to set that limit.
Okay.
And then, so you do the same for all.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then. Okay, then you go down a bit. Let me see. So go down to where they finally do the payment and check out. Let me see something. So before they submit to effect payment, did you indicate to them, maybe it's up and I didn't see, did you indicate that they have to they have the option to select any of these payment gateways, so that it doesn't look like they need to have all of these payment gateways before they are able to give? I don't know, you can just mention it to me.
No,
Maybe
no. I just talked about a brief
so
about the payment gateway. So
you have to indicate. All right. Go down, and then where the email is, okay, after the payment, where the email is, go down, scroll down to where the confirmation email. that one too, you would have to be specific as to what kind of message that the user should get after they make the payment. Okay, so you say an alert is sent to senders email to acknowledge receipt. What message are they supposed to get? You have to indicate that message. I think not leave anything out. Provide that detail also. They know that okay, this message is supposed to go to the person who made payment.
Very well, Bismarck.
All right.
Thank you.
I think for the presentation itself, I didn't really get a lot of it because of my network, but this is what I've seen just with what I was able to see.
No, but you can still go through. I can scroll and then you can be going through from your end. I have less than 5 minutes anyway, so I can just be doing that for you to see. If you have any input, you let me know and then I would.
The epic that you stated offering, right? But here
Yes.
I'm seeing give. Okay. When you go down a bit under the acceptance criteria. Okay, so given that I have access to ABC Church website, when I click on the give menu, so is it give or is offering?
You know, okay. Okay, I get you.
Yeah,
but
okay, so
you know, this is a general way that you know that when I click on the give menu, I'm supposed to see the various arms of giving, and then I came to talked about the offering. So this is the offering that when I select offering, okay, so I started talking about the payment gateways and the process. So
now, when you also say where you are now, okay, under offering. So given that I select offering, now when you select offering and you are saying that you will select amount to pay, what are the amounts to pay? Okay, there is 50. We were given a range of $50 to $250, and then also there is here the option for you to enter your any amount that you wish to pay outside of the range that was given. I think you need to capture that one also. Okay.
Very well.
Okay. Yeah. So let me share how I did my my give feature. So what I did was I created the give feature, and then I made that one the general one, and then suggested the drop down feature there. So when you at the two feature where you have this drop down, having these 5 items listed. Then under the main give feature, I did a sub epic feature, or what we are. I think sub, because I did a sub task or something. I forgot it, but there is a sub of the main. So you do the sub and then you do the offering. Then after that, you also do the tithe, then do the project. So that's how I did mine. So I separated them from the main one.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So that would be sub issues, exactly. So I did sub issues for the main give feature. So the sub issues will be the offering, tithe, project, African project, and all that, the Latin American project.
Okay, noted. Okay, thank you, Ernest.
And but is this the only the give feature? Is that the only one you've developed so far?
No, I haven't. I can go back for you to see. I have the tithe, I have the Latin American projects, I have the
Anyway, but because your time is limited now, I believe some of the things we've pointed out here, they will be the same in those features as well. So you
Yes,
take
yes,
note,
yes.
and then you do the correction. All right. Thank you.
I'll do that. You're welcome. So now is it now? Instead of nature, I think that is it. I'm still waiting for your opinion, so guys. Oh, none of my time is up, say.
Yeah, your time is past and gone. Okay, let me go to the next person. I think Jerome, right? So Jerome, let's
so I can stop.
Yep, so sorry.
Please, I'm here, I'm back, so just in case it's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, Jerome, let's go. Jerome is on, or Jerome is not on.
Jerome is not on.
Jerome's not on. Okay. Okay, Kenneth, then let's go.
Hi guys, good morning. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning once again, and I apologize for the earlier actions. I'm on track some maintenance work, and I had to rush to the house to. So I've been able to work on 2 different epics as of now, but I've not completed some of the user stories under these epics. But let me just go on to the Give or Donate epic. So on my Give or Donate epic, the description I gave for the main epic was that this Give or Donate button on the header menu is to allow members and visitors to be able to pay tithes, offerings, free will offerings, first fruits, and to contribute to the 3 projects that the church embarks on via multiple payment processes. Sorry for my voice. So under this particular Give or Donate epic, I have offering, tithes, projects, partners. So all these various sections, let me just go on to partners or projects or tithes. So yeah, let me do tithes. Okay, I don't know what's happening to my tithes, man. Okay, so this is my one of the user stories for Give or Donate, and that's my offering. So this will describe how a user will be able to successfully give an offering at any point in time via the church website. So I said, so as a member of ABC Church, I want the ability to give offering so that, sorry, I think this is being safe, so that I can support the church. So In my additional information, I said that this could be any amount you willingly want to give to the church, especially every Sunday, to help around the church. So in my additional information, I also stated the payment categories for the offering. Sorry, for the give or donate, which shouldn't be here. This is not necessary. So I say that if a user lands on the donate page and on the give or donate page, so once I click on the give or donate page, which is on the header menu, then number one, I need some personal information to be entered even before the payment can continue, just so that I'll be able to pre-populate my receipt. This will determine what kind of name and then number and that will appear on the receipt. Also, so I need my first name, which is alphabets only, minimum of 2, maximum of 25, and it's mandatory. Last name the same, and the number or should also be numeric, minimum of 10, maximum of 10, which is optional. So once I select on offering, or once I choose offering, I should be able to see which kind of payment options to choose from. And this will include PayPal, Zelle, Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Android Pay, Ash. All these are my additional information. So I am saying that if a user or if a visitor selects Visa or MasterCard, require this information from them. So the card number field, which will be digits only, a minimum of 16, a maximum of 16, which is also mandatory. And then, of course, when you're paying by Visa, MasterCard, it requires you to give the card expiry. So there should be a card expiry field. That should be a month and year field. So digits only, minimum 2. What this means here is that for the month, if you are entering the month, it should accept 2 digits. So if it is February, it means 02 or 01. If it's December, 12. I did this purposely because of beginning October. October starts in 2 digits, 10, 11, and then 12. So I had to make it minimum of 2, maximum of 2, and it's also mandatory. And then the CVC field behind your card is also digits only, and then minimum of 3, maximum of 3, and it's also mandatory. So I did the same for the others, which is Ash payments. I did for PayPal. I did for Zelle. So once I'm able to select any of these payment processes, I should be able to select the amounts that I want to give, and there should be a predefined custom field for the payment, which should be in an incremental of 50. Should have broken this down into. So there should be $50, $100, $150, $200, and it should end at $250, which is incremental of $50. Then when I'm done with this, there should be a custom field to enter your own preferred amount. So in this particular field, I must accept and validate only numbers or decimals. So I move on to my acceptance criteria, given the additional information that I've given above. Given that I'm logged into ABC Church website, when I click on Give or Donate button, I should see the option to select payment category offering. So this means that offering is one of the payment categories. Partner is there, tithe is there. Other forms of giving are part of the payment category, but this use case, we are choosing offering. So given that I select the offering category, then I should see a predefined and custom field for the amount, of which has already been described here. Then given that I select the payment option, then I should enter required payment information. So I did for Zelle, Ash payment, I did for Visa, MasterCard, Zelle, PayPal. So once I select any of these payment processes, then the associate payment information should be extracted from me. Now, when I'm done doing this, given that I enter payment information, then I should select a proceed button, which here is to proceed with your payment. Now, when I click on this proceed, given that proceed, then I should go on to pay. Put in the information that is required and then click proceed. So when I click the proceed, it is the system receives the payment, and given that the payment is received, then I should receive a thank you verbiage. Then the verbiage should read that thank you for giving, God bless you for supporting God's work. Now, when I'm done with the payment, concurrently, I should receive a receipt, and this should be triggered via my email. So this receipt must include the name that I collected earlier, the email, the amount that was given, and the date and time the payment was received. So this is one of the user stories under give or donate button. I rushed quite in doing this particular work, so I am really open to a lot of remarks so that I can also input them. So I'm open to questions, or you want me to do another user story? I'm open to any questions now.
And first thing I noticed is that you have to be logged on to the church website. I think I had the same mistake in my presentation. You don't necessarily have to be logged into the website. I'm looking at your acceptance criteria.
Okay, it's here.
Given that you are logged into the website. So kindly take note of that.
Okay, sir.
Maybe as a visitor of the website, or if you just access the website, you don't necessarily have to be logged in.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I've noted that. Guys, please, I'm still here. I'm still waiting. I'm sure there should be a lot of things I didn't cover.
Yeah. What you just said also includes the as a member. The as a member that you wrote at the top, you need to change that too.
Yes, as a visitor. Thank you.
Okay,
thank
so Kenneth, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Okay, so Nana made mention of the branches, of the church, but looking at your presentation, I didn't, maybe if it escaped me, but I didn't see the branches as Nana instructed us.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that I've taken a particular epic, right, which is the give or donate, right? The branches one probably will come somewhere in the locate us, as which is a whole epic on its own that I'm going to do. You get it? But this particular one is a user story called offering under the epic give or donate. Please, have I answered you rightly, or
no? But okay, that's fine.
I think it was because of the way you captured yours. That is how come you had your branches in there, because you wanted the branch to come with the giver. Otherwise, those details would have come under either find us or locate us or whatever.
or locate us? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so for me, I the branches came about because I wanted the church to know where the offering is coming from for record's sake. Might be coming from I don't know whether you understand. The offering that comes in, we must be able to categorize them, that this is coming from, let's say, New York, this is coming from California, That is
No, I
why I
get
brought
you.
in.
I get you. I guess that's why I'm saying it is because of the way you captured yours. That is how come you had your branches under the epic call offering.
That's fine. I get it.
Yeah. So I think it's all about how you want to design your website. Yeah. So for mine, there's no feature for you to be able to state in there the, as you said, the branch to which the collection is coming from. So thank you very much, sir. I'm open to more. Me myself, I'm seeing more. Yes, sir.
So the acceptance criteria, I know that format is given when then. So the giving initiates how the process begins. I don't see the giving is there. Then I don't see the when. I guess you the
No,
format.
well, okay, I understand. Because I know the format should be given that action, then thank you. Okay, you know, it's, I think I just cleaned this. All of them has it. You see, so I just cleaned them because I was making a change right now. So I think the format is still there.
But you don't need to be repeating the giving that throughout. I think
that
was made clear.
Yes, it was said yesterday. Yeah. So this is something I did before yesterday. So I noted it down to make the corrections, but it's quite unfortunate because of the maintenance I'm doing. I'm not able to. But yes, I've noted all of them down that I'm definitely going to work on that. I'll begin with the given that, and then the rest of them wouldn't necessarily have to start with given the verbiage given that.
Yeah, Ken.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good presentation, but I'm concerned about but I'm also facing similar thing, and I just want to find how best we can capture this.
Okay, sure.
About the details of the card. We're talking about
details of the
card. The card that
yeah.
use for payment.
Yes.
With maximum 2 digits. I'm a bit, and there's something that occurred to me and that I'm also worried about. That has got to do with, if we limit ourselves to 2 digits, I agree. But number 99.
Which one are you talking about?
It's also a 2-digit number.
I'm really sorry, but you went off for a minute. Can you please repeat?
Okay, so what I'm saying is that, can you please hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm saying that the details of the card will limit minimum 2 digits, maximum 2 digits. And so if
which details of the card?
We are talking about the I think the Visa and the MasterCard.
Which one exactly? Is it a card number, the expiry field, or the CVC field?
No, we are talking about the card expiry field.
Okay.
So we indicated that it should be maximum 2 digits, minimum 2.
Yes.
But I am concerned that, for example, number 99 is a 2 digits. Number 99 is 2 digits.
Yes.
So I'm concerned about so that the person doesn't enter the wrong.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
okay.
you understand.
Okay, so what you mean is that for the month you shouldn't exceed the digit 12. Yes. Okay, it makes sense. Yes.
And that somebody can key 99, which is also 2 digits number.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. Thank you for that. I didn't even think about it.
And then the month also should not exceed 31.
Yes, it shouldn't also exceed 31. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just comment it here. Month 12. and then we said the year shouldn't also exceed 12. The year shouldn't be the
more
day.
than 12.
Yes.
The month shouldn't be more than 12. The day shouldn't be more than 31.
Okay. All right. Let me just note it down here in my book. I can just do the correction. Okay. I've noted it very well. That's very true. Other than that, we'll leave people entering another month for themselves. Yes, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, please. So, any other thing? Wow, this is a very good input. The month and the year.
All right, guys. What other observations and queries and questions and remarks do you guys have for Connect?
Can I see where they actually make the payment?
That one?
Scroll down.
Okay, sure.
Scroll down to where they. Okay.
Yeah, so the receipt must include. You said the receipt must include name. So what are we talking about? Name? Is it first name only, last name or full name? The amount given in what?
Yes. Okay. I think I should include that. So I mentioned that it should take this particular personal information that was entered. So I should have been vivid. So it should take the first name and the last name. If not, it should take the name on the payment account. I think it should take the name on the payment account rather. Hello, so please, you did mention something about the amount.
So you have the F. It's a given that enter payment information. Then I should select proceed. This page or this in the payment process. I think this is the last step in there. So if this is the last step in there, the instruction or the label over here on that bottom, I don't think it should maybe pay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's true. Okay. Okay. Should select the pay button. Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay.
And Ken, the receipts, the information in the receipts.
Yes,
okay, sir. Are they supposed to form part of the verbiage or it will stand alone?
The receipts?
Yes.
Okay.
The receipt details. Is it supposed to form part of the verbiage after you have made payment, or that one is something else?
Okay. So okay, thank you. So the verbiage will come with this receipt inside your email. So I should have stated that clearly.
Okay.
So given that payment is actually receive a thank you verbiage, the verbiage given that payment is received. Yeah, so this is quite easy. That's why I did this is a concurrent process. So I should have indicated that the payment verbiage and the receipt is concurrent and it should happen at the same time in the email. So yeah, I will notify. I should do that so that Yeah, they can get it clearly that the verbiage and the receipt should come as one message. Okay.
All right, Kenneth. We'll talk again soon on your work again. Let's get going. So,
Okay.
James. All right, James, you're going to be the last person. We have the next 23 minutes. I have a hard stop at 8 o'clock. Let's go. Yeah, so James, I can see that you have 20 issues. So you're making, some good progress. In all, like I said, I shouldn't see less than 30 to 40. That's minimum, right? Minimum stories. If I pick up anybody's project, maybe say James, church project, I can see in his backlog 20 issues created so far. So that's good. That means he's written. I don't know whether some of them are just placeholders. He's yet to actually write the stories and put some details in, and he has just created the shells. That's okay if you have created the shells, and then you now you now get back and then add the details to the story details. That's fine. But as I can see, 20 issues, so it's a good progress. I got to be able to see almost about 30, 40 minimum story, and the maximum almost about 60, 70 for a project like this. It should be over 100 user stories, right? For any typical project, over 100. But for this exercise, I know you guys are taking baby steps. It's just the beginning. So I'm expecting that level of, the number of stories in there for this project. All right, James, let's go.
All right. Good afternoon, guys. Please, am I on there? Am I live?
Yes, you're audible. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I've done some little progress throughout the whole of night, but I've not had a sleep at all. And I've been able to do something on the homepage. Done something on the homepage. I've done something on about us. I've done something on the leadership. I've done something on the ministries. I'm here to complete that of give.
So when you say you've done something, I don't understand what you mean by something. You mean epic? You have epics.
I've done epics and user
So
stories.
I want you to start using product words and not something does not mean.
All right. So I've been able to create epics for the whole for features that should appear on the site, and I've done some user stories for I think about 4 or 5 of them for homepage, about us, leadership, ministries. I'm here to complete the rest. So I will talk about the us feature on the website. So this feature brings to the fore the beliefs or the tenets of ABC Church, the mission and the visions, core values, brief history, general administration, boards and committees and activities of ABC Church. So let's take user story 1 on beliefs or the tenets of the church. So when it comes to the beliefs and the tenets of the church, the church has about 11 of them, and I've given brief explanation on all of them. So the Bible, they believe in the Bible, they believe the one true God, they believe in man's deprived nature, they believe in Savior, repentance, justification, and sanctification, the ordinance of baptism, and the Lord's Supper or communion. They also believe in baptism, gifts, and fruits of the Holy Spirit. They believe in divine healing. They also believe in tithes and offering. So they also believe in the second coming of Christ and the life after that. Then they also have marriage and family life. So these are the tenets of the church. So the user story is as follows. But because of the activities that are identified, because of the epic and the user stories we have identified, they almost carry the same thing, but different approaches so far as the selection of the story is concerned. So the user story, we're relating to a visitor. So we're saying that as a visitor, I want to know the beliefs of the church so I can affiliate or join the church. Then the acceptance criteria is that given that the visitor lands on the homepage, when he interacts with easy to drop down about us feature and sees beliefs, missions, mission and vision, core values, brief history, general administration of the church, boards and committees, our activities. Then click on beliefs with the required information relating to the church, relating to the tenants of the church. So that's the user story and the acceptance criteria. So I don't know if there's any question. I am open.
Okay, thank you, James. So I was sort of because of the structure of mine, I had one main menu that had like sub menus. So, and that main menu was a user story. So I didn't know how to, break it down into sub stories under it. But you just gave me an idea of how to go about it, and so thank you very much. But can you go up?
The first page, the first.
I just wanted to confirm something from there. Okay. Okay. So all these are going to be sections on the beliefs page.
Yes. Yes, we are going to feature all of them there.
So James, if this is going to be what is going to come under the belief, then this should come to the bottom of the story where you're saying that then the user will see whatever something. I was reading acceptance criteria. Can you go down to the okay? You said then clicks on the beliefs and tenets, but bottom. Then he will have to access the required information related to that. So that information that you have up there should be down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you cannot have that information up whilst you are now coming to talk about it in your acceptance criteria.
Okay.
So you need to copy it. Your story is always your story must start first, right?
Yes. Okay.
The story must start first. As a visitor, I want to know the beliefs of the church so I can affiliate or join the church. So then the beliefs and tenant bottom, you will have to access the required information. Okay, really. So that story, all the things that you have up there should come at the bottom over there, under
the acceptance criteria.
Yep.
Okay, sir.
It should come and be part of that step that you have been there. Maybe you're going to have additional steps again because you have given then and when. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Any observations for James?
James, did COP give birth to your church?
What is COP?
There's a church.
Church of Pentecost. Did they give birth to ABC Church?
ABC
They look so familiar. I mean, they are almost the same.
They learn from ABC Church. They learn from Church of Pentecost. They come to Pentecost to seek guidance on how to run their church.
Oh, okay. All right. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, we got that elicitation process. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's good. I mean, the way you've arranged it, the details you've captured is good. But if you've done anything on the give epic, can we see that also? Because this one is quite straightforward. Nana has dealt with the issues. If we can see the meat and potatoes are under the give.
So as for the give, I've done the epic, but I've not done the
user stories.
I've not finished
okay.
The user stories.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. But this is good. I like the way you've presented this.
And it's almost similar to all the activities that are fine in there, the beliefs, the mission, it's the same process. So the only thing is the purpose of the only thing that changes within the subsequent one is the purpose of the visitor. That's related to whether it's mission and vision, the core values, the brief history, the generation. Yesterday, Mr. Chris said something. I asked a question related to this, and he gave an answer that, so far as it's a user story, though you may copy, but a few things may changes. But since it's the same procedure, you may repeat it. But since it's a story, you have to find in what the objective of the visitor is. So that is what I actually observed, and that made me put this in this order.
But please go up and let me see something. So apart from the this one is under the what about us, right?
Or yeah, this one is about us. Yes.
On the epic apart from the about us epic, have you developed any of the epics?
Yes.
Can we see some of the ones you developed?
Okay, hold on. So, for example, we can do, let's just say, ministries. So, let's just say ministry. So, the ministries feature portrays all the ministries with the ABC Church as follows. So we have youth ministry, women's ministry, men's ministry, evangelism ministry. We have ministry for persons with disability. We have home and urban ministry. Then we have the chaplaincy. So if we pick, for example, youth ministry, so you can see with youth ministry, takes care of the youth of the church. It meets on Mondays between 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The ministry carries out evangelism activities that includes preaching, witnessing, and win souls. They also encourage the youth to participate fully in the program and activities of the church, and further exposes them to the various ministries within the church. So, apart from the mission and vision of the church, which can be found at the homepage, about the us page, the ministry have also carved their own vision and mission out of the church, general vision and mission statement. So they also say that a holistically empowered youth living for Christ, Jesus everywhere, who shall become responsible Christians are those committed to church and nation building. And then they have the mission. The youth ministry exists to mobilize and equip the youth through strategic programs and season tools for them to live for Christ everywhere. make him known to the world by employing the means of evangelistic strategies and positively impact church and society. So the user story. As a visitor or a member, I want to see the meeting days so I can participate fully. The acceptance criteria is that given that the visitor or member lands on the homepage, when he interacts with easy to use drop-down ministries feature and sees youth ministry, women's ministry, men's ministry, evangelism ministry, ministries for persons with disability, home and urban ministries, then click on youth ministry button. You will have access to the required information on ministries meeting days so he can participate fully. So this one, just like the correction boss made me do. So what I have to do is to also bring the vision and the mission of the youth ministry below this one. So I'll do that. I don't know if you have any questions to ask, I can address them. Hello?
James, I don't know,
Yeah.
during the elicitation, I think the requirement was that we work with, we create at least five ministries.
Yes,
We're
at least,
supposed to create 5 ministries.
at least.
So you have decided to go beyond because they said at least.
At least the minimum is 5. So if the
You
church
can
has more,
create as much as okay. Okay, thank you.
So this means that when I on which app on the homepage, when I click on the ministries, I should individually see youth ministry, women's ministry, men's ministry under it as a drop down. Now my question is that sometimes there are varied ways of doing this. Are you going to put all these things at the back end? Are you going to put all these things on one page so that when you click on the youth ministry, it directs you to the same page but the youth ministry page, or you're going to have like different pages for the youth, the women's, and the rest of the ministries?
When you click on it, it will take you a different page within the website purposely for each of the ministries.
Okay. I wanted to know because I thought you were going to have all this on one page, and when you click on youth ministry, it will take you to the section. Even though it's a page, it will take you to the section of the page called the youth ministry. But I get it clear now. You're going to create individual pages for youth ministry, and then once you click on it, it takes you to that page. Okay, that's clear. That's clear. So are you going to in the youth ministry, are you going to have some sort of image insertion? Are you going to have the display? Are you going to display some image? Oh, it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
So the developer should use this particular image. That's nice.
There are the activities that they take pictures, they have archived. So as we be developing the website, we will update some of these. In fact, it's going to be a slider. The pictures you see there is going to be a slider. So there will be more than that. But I was trying to see how best I can capture this so that as I present the slides. But
Okay. So you stated that it's going to be a slider, this particular image.
No, I didn't state it that it's going to be a slider because it is not. As I'm presenting now, it is not. But the intention
as you're presenting now is not. Okay.
Yeah, as I'm presenting now, it's not.
Okay. So just in case it has to be a slider, just for the purposes that the DevOps people have to know what will happen with this picture. If you want a slider, it means you have to state that this picture is supposed to be a slider with the other images that you want to be sliding off, the duration and how long one picture has to take and all that. You're going to include all of them.
I'm going to include all those things, yes.
All right, solid.
In fact, let me give you I don't know if anybody has other questions. Let me give you something on the persons with disability. Their ministry. Oh, it's let me see. Persons with disability. I mean, immediately you see the picture, that should even tell you. I mean, you could see the sign language that you see the sign. I mean, people with disability. I mean, that tells you, that gives you an indication of what it is. And so there are some of them I'm able to capture some pictures just to indicate if the explanation may not be the best, but the picture can also speak.
Very well. I like this.
James.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah. Honestly, this is nice.
James.
Yes, sir.
Just a funny observation. The guy with the mic, I thought this whole thing is supposed to be sign language. What is the mic?
Yeah, it's a sign language. So the person.
Well, actually, the sign language here is amen. You see, what the guy is doing is amen. And
okay.
The ones who they've done with the man crossing up the hand is love.
Yeah, that's love. Yeah.
Now, more explanation. So the mic here. Yeah. But Charlie, this is just nice. This is just beautiful. Looking at how you arranged it, looking at how you structured it, your verbiage, your language, your descriptions, and all that. Charlie, kudos. Keep it up, bro. It's a good work.
Thanks.
Yes, James.
Thanks, you guys.
Awesome
I,
work done.
I called all of you at the backstage to get your information. That is the only way.
But
Say Namaya Median, but without the pictures.
Yes.
Okay.
I think these descriptions and stuff should go below the line.
Yeah. So I have done.
Maybe later you can move all of them.
So I've already done them. So after the discussion, I'll go back and then rearrange all of them again.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've done same for all of them. So once the correction comes for one, what it means that I may have to do for the rest as well.
For the rest. Okay. But great job. I like the photo idea and all. Let me ask, Nana. I was trying to ask something yesterday, and this is one of the similar examples from James's challenge with the slides. You know, yesterday I was talking about maybe linking certain things somewhere else. Like in the case of these images, for instance, say we have some shared folder or whatever somewhere.
Good drive folder,
where we can easily put these pictures and say maybe slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, and just say what do you call it? One image, or and just put here, and after putting the whole description and everything, and say maybe additional information. The photos for the slides are linked here. You know, then you create maybe a hyperlink to that. Is that okay to do instead of maybe putting all the photos in?
Yeah, so typically with organizations, these images will now be your personal image, etc. That company is going to use, right? These images might be coming from what I've seen so far, like a UI UX, design portfolio, or it might come from marketing. Sometimes some of these images will come from marketing direct and other places within the corporate organization. So usually from the UI UX design portfolio, or maybe design library or something like that. If they are using Figma, sometimes we use a tool called Figma. Figma is Figma, or maybe the Adobe SD. There's going to be a link. Every image that the designer is working on, you can simply share a link that will take people directly to where their actual original image will be found, right? And so you usually will paste the Figma link within the story and say the images for this story is going to be here, right? So when they click on that link, they'll be redirected to, and everybody should, by that time, every team member should have access to, Figma, where most of the design patterns and design, portfolio for most of the designs that are used across different products within the organization. That is where, they'll be located. So it's not going to be your own personal image, etc. This is okay. What James, what James has done here is okay. Yeah, you can attach some of this. Yeah, you can even copy them, bring them over as well. But if it's a large file, you are better off, sharing the URL for that, Figma.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
If it's just one image, you're talking about something, you want to make sure that they get it, it's okay. You can insert the image here. If it's something that you're pointing out to them and, within the image, you've also edited the image and you've highlighted something within the image, showing something, so, trying to convey a message with a specific thing on the image, it's okay to insert it there. But if it's some large files that you're talking about, then you'll have to share that Figma, URL link.
Okay.
James, sorry, can I see where you have all the ministries?
Guys, I have 30 seconds. I have a hard stop at 8. It's already past 8. But go ahead with your question, Kenneth.
Okay. Where the ministries are. Yesterday, Nana made some comment about. Can I see where you've outlined all the ministries, the youth ministry and all those?
Okay, so under the ministries. Okay, when I click on the ministries.
Okay, hold on here. So I was quite occupied, but I heard Nana mention about the fact that we need to be specific about which one will come first, if this should be one, if this should be two. I don't know how it comes in play here, but do we think
that's exactly how this is how it is going to appear on the website, and I've arranged it and discussed their user stories and acceptance criteria in that order as it appears what we see here.
Okay, so it's just a general question that do you think it's necessary to go on to give instructions as to the arrangement that it should follow this particular, because yesterday I remember I heard Nana mention that just so that they don't assume that any this is still under the ministries, I don't assume that all of them can just come under it. But is it reasonable to tell them there should be one, there should be two, there should be three or four? It's a general question. Something I want to know.
I think Nana stated that you have to let them know which particular menu item shows up first, second, third, fourth. So you have to give that in the description, possibly, if that is what you're trying to achieve. So if this is your arrangement, you have to state it in there that it should be arranged one after the other in this order.
Yeah, in this order.
Yes. So if that is not in your description, or perhaps when you get into the actual issues of the particular ones that you're going to give for the menus, like maybe you have a menu epic or something, then you should be able to give that in there, the description that you should follow this order. So the first one will be maybe youth ministry, in which case you can do a bullet point of 1, 2, 3, 4 or something.
Okay.
But you have to state it. If you just say description, the ministries, and they don't know that this is the actual order that you want it, they might not do it like that.
Yeah, I believe the idea is to get rid of any vagueness or to get rid of any assumptions whatsoever.
Yes.
Some organizations, and it's not just some organizations, every organization that you work, you guys will be working for. They are very particular about how menu, menu, whether it's header menu, whether it's footer menu, whether it's sub menu, drop downs, etc. They're very particular about how where things are located, right? So we need to be explicit. So you go to some other portals on the left now, this one will come first before this one. They are particular about that. And so that is very, very important that, we stated here. We have to be explicit that this is the order that this menu X or Y, Z, is going to follow. And then you also go ahead and list it as such. Very, very important, going forward. But guys, as I'm getting ready to wrap up here, you guys are doing a good job. I will still have you guys, midweek. So midweek, guys, prepare on Wednesday. I'm not sure again. It might be just 6 p.m. my time, or it might be 7 p.m. your local time. I'll have you guys midweek. Guys, be sure to be on. I'm going to be giving the requirement for, I'll let Joseph, Jerome, and whoever we have left to do the presentation. And I will give the last requirement for the e-commerce store, right? So that you guys can get started. You guys can start working on that project. I'll give the last requirement. So if you don't come on that midweek on Wednesday, you're gonna miss out a lot. You're really gonna miss out. I'm going to give out the requirement for the e-commerce, project. You guys can get started. If you have time, even on Wednesday, I might even start on QA as well. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. is going to be 10 p.m. Ghana time. Okay. All right. So so that Jerome, Joseph, and whoever is left, they'll take 2020, and then I will start giving out the requirement for the e-commerce project. And then when I'm done with that, and we still have some bandwidth, I'll go ahead and start with QA. I want to be able to start covering something so that we'll have time to be digging in some of this work that you guys are doing. I want to finish up with some of the topics and other things that are left. I know there's some more. There's some more. I still have some more topics to get done, and I really have to get started. And so beyond on Wednesday. 6 p.m. Yeah, I will try and make sure that I'll put out my calendar as well. But beyond on Wednesday, so Jerome, Joseph, and whoever is left, I don't know who else. Boyson, I think you presented yesterday. I don't know who else. And Bismarck and Kojo.
I did something little yesterday.
Yeah. But I just want to get going with the other topics. So. Beyond Wednesday, we'll do the requirement. We'll do a requirement for the e-commerce store. And again, I know you guys are already translating and bringing over the pizza and then the what's the other one? The EL, embedded lending, over to the Jira. Guys, there's a lot of work. If I'm not giving you work to do for this week and saying that this is going to be the due date, that this because I want you guys to have some time to bring over the work. I know it's a lot of stories. Like I said, every project for EL, for PISA, for this church project, I expect almost a minimum of 40 user stories. Well, and I say minimum because every epic, you're supposed to develop almost about 6 or 7 user stories under each epic. And so when you do the multiplication of that, you should have not less than 40, 50. I think my last batch, it was almost 60. I gave them 60, minimum was 60. So on every project, I spent not less than 40. Yeah, I spent not less than 40 user stories for every project, right? So guys, I'm not giving you guys assignment, anything, this week, etc., because I need you guys to bring over your work, right? Make sure you have your stories in. Don't go to bed and sleep and come back on Wednesday and just say that, you just have the give or the donate, epic. That's the only thing that you're working on. I expect that by Wednesday, and I'll be checking in every now and then on Monday, Tuesday. I'll be looking at your work because I have access to it, right? I'll be looking at whatever you guys are doing. I'll be looking over your shoulders to make sure that you're doing the right stuff, before Wednesday. So, keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind, guys, that I want you guys to bring over your work. That's why you don't have any. I have so many assignments I want you guys to do, but I want you guys to take some time and bring over EL, PISA, and then the church. So you guys are still elaborating and, writing your stories. Again, make sure that, you're also going online. Don't just take what I give out here as the final. Who was somebody asked me a question yesterday? Yeah, I want you guys to explore. I want you guys to research. I want you guys to learn what is the work of the product owner. You know, how do I do this? Get in touch. For some of you who are friends with some of the guys that are already in different projects, get with them, learn from them. How are things going? How do you do this? Remember that you are the bridge between the business, right? Let me rehash or re-echo on this same point that I keep saying. You are the bridge between the business and the development team. You sort of enable product features and requirement consensus between different stakeholders and the what you call it, the development team. You have a duty to bring in clarity, right? You have a duty to explain, to drive clarity, clarity where there are doubts. You are the person who's going to be explaining this to them because you understand this feature, you own this product, right? The word here when we say product owner, it is really an owner. There's ownership in here. So you own these features, so you need to understand these features before you'll be able to clarify. You'll be able to explain and dig down issues for your team. There's going to be a lot of stakeholder engagement. Make sure that all the things that we talk about, when it comes to requirement elicitation, etc., make sure that you guys are going back, you guys are reading articles, be out there, go on YouTube, go on other places. I want you guys to be doing that, right? Very, very important, guys. Very, very important. What are the ways that you will elicit? What are the different types of methods? We talk about some of these things. Research, how are things done? How do I elicit? I'm saying all of these things because I know what's coming. I know very soon some of you might be starting a project. And the way it happens, if you ask all the other guys, they will tell you, I'm going to start putting some of you on project. And, it's not everybody that we will start the same day. Some of you will start first, others will follow. And then, after some time, everybody will be integrated or be put, be placed on something, right? So be digging out there. How do I elicit? The word elicit here means you actually trying to get the word out of the stakeholder. The stakeholders, they are not technically or technologically savvy people. They are not the best people to come out and tell you all the level, the fine prints, black and white, written in capstones, etc. So you will have to let them speak, right? So that's why some of the things that we talk about, in day 3, day 4, day 5 of our training, or some of the videos that you guys watch, functional requirement and what needs to be captured in there, etc. All of these items that were shared, it's supposed to be pointers for you guys. It's supposed to serve as a guide, guys. I want you guys to go over, how do I get the word out? If I'm with a stakeholder and I need to get something out, you got to be asking the relevant questions. What is the current state? What is the pain point? What is broken? What's the current process? What are we trying to re-architect? You got to be able to ask stakeholders right questions. You got to be able to start working on great documentation. I'm not sure. I cannot tell you whether your project is going to be waterfall or agile, etc. But some of you, what I anticipate coming up, project might be waterfall, project might be agile. Make sure that, you've got your agile best practices together, agile ceremonies. You understand all those ceremonies. Go back to your notes, revisit your notes. Make sure you are sharp on some of these things so that, the team is going to rely on you. I'm not going to kid you. Some of you, I know some of you are friends to Robert, Darko and Chris and any of the guys out there, Kofi, Eben, all of the guys out there. Go, if you are friends with them, go. The team is going to rely on you to drive their agile process. So imagine if you don't know. You see the friend here. So imagine that if you don't know, so go back. Don't just take what you. It's like any other thing, any other education, any kind of learning process. You take what I give you, it's going to be limited. You go out there and you begin to fish out information by yourself as well, right? How do I lead a retro meeting? How am I going to lead a scrum meeting, right? How am I going to lead a daily stand-up meeting? We'll talk about some of these things, right? And I need you to guys to be writing notes on the side that, I'm going to be doing this. How will I handle this? If I'm leading a grooming and refinement, some of the ladies that I've taught here, they are here in America. Cynthia, there are a whole lot of them. Sally, they're all working. Some of them working back. Some of them it's been like 4 years, 5 years, way back. Some of them to require recently. Some of them are working, and then some of them are pinging me, sending me message. And what do I do if I'm leading grooming and refinement? What do I do? These guys are very technical. I'm like, yeah, I told you that this was what it's expected. This is going to be the expectation, right? You're going to be leading refinement and grooming session. What do you say? What See, was it Cynthia that reached out to me last week or this week? She just said, and what do I say when I'm leading refinement and grooming? It's going to happen, guys. Take my word. It's going to happen. You're going to be leading some of these efforts. So what are you going to say? You have solution architect, you have back-end leads, you have front-end leads, you have great guys, great engineers you're going to be working with. How are you going to lead them, right? So it's very important. Revisit your notes, research around, read around, watch a lot of product videos. Your product language is not going to change overnight unless, you stop watching Amma Bwahima and then you start watching a lot of tech videos. That is how your product, your product language will change. If you don't quit watching, what's the name? God, somebody mentioned something to me. Is it UTV? Something day with the stars, Saturday night. They watch the program. What's the name? God. Oh. Is it there's a program. United Showbiz. Yes. If you don't quit watching United Showbiz and start, watching back to back agile videos, back to back, product development videos, product manager, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Your language will not change. You're not gonna be, so you have two types of audience all the time, right? You have two types of audience. You have a technical audience and you have non-technical audience. Your stakeholders, other people within the organization, when you're talking to them, you're going to be using basic English, you're going to be using non-technical language, right? So that's your audience. And then on the other side, you have a technical audience, right? They expect you to be able to speak the language of database. They expect you to be able to speak, architectures. They expect you to be able to have some level of, like exposure when it comes to some of this. So guys, it is not going to come overnight. And I trust you guys will do it. Because if, I'm not trying to, before I say some of these things, let me stop, the live stream before I mention somebody's name.